but there's no like genetic testing going on the plants, the seeds, to prove any sort of lineage. So that's problematic. Also, you can have the exact same genetics and grow the plants in two different locations and get wildly different results. So there's just so much variability in this one plant. Also, in my first video that set off this whole conversation, we talked about how terpenes play a role in the effects. I know that if I see myrcene or linalool as listed as like one or two of the first terpenes, then it's going to be too sedating for me. I'm going to look for something closer to pinene, limonene, terpenol, things like that. So,
what up, Michigan?
Cool, but terpenes only tell
good to see
part
you.
of the story. Okay, so depending on when the plant is harvested, the trichomes will go from clear to milky to amber. When they get closer to the amber side of things, that's when the THC starts to degrade into CBN, which you may have heard of because it's in all those sleepy products now. So CBN is sedative. So even if you have a genetically sativa.
Now, what she just said about the CBN and when they go to amber, that's exactly why I don't like amber trichomes, because it don't be the, like she said, it don't be the CBG or CBD that's going to have the sedative effects to it. It's going to be the CBN that gives you the sedation. So, yeah, but I like my trichomes smoky because then I don't get the sedative effects. Like, I'll actually be that, hey, I'm weed high, but I'm not going to not be productive. I can do a lot of things super high as hell. Some people can't function high. I'm high functioning.
Plant and you grow it for too long before harvesting it, the effects will still be sedating. So I have so much respect for the growers who have reached out and shown me their setups, because it's like a science and an art in one. And to all the growers who are offering to have me try their sativa strains, like, I'm in heaven. It feels like I've been eating like Domino's pizza for my whole life, and now we're going to Italy for someone to make me a fresh pizza. Has legal weed become like the McDonald's of cannabis? It has. It's not good. There's no accountability. It's not good. So, okay. So you have two options.
She just took out McDonald's.
Maybe you have three. The first option is that
sponsored.
It's not that hard to grow weed.
I've
grown from autoflower seeds and clones multiple times, and to be honest, it's a delight to watch it. I love just hanging out with the plants and watching them and looking at all the colors that develop. And it's really fun. It wasn't the best weed on the planet, but it was fun, and you can grow your own. So if anyone watching has a reputable legacy seed bank, someplace where people can legally buy seeds with those older land-raised genetics, please comment, because I will send people there. That's where I'll go to buy the seeds. And I think that's a good place to start. Not everyone can grow their own weed, right? We're in apartment buildings, there are issues, right? So if your only option...
Well, nah, I say, because if it's illegal for you to grow, your apartment can't tell you no, because it's just like any other plant you would have in your house. Given that she's already got plants in her house. I mean, look at the one, this one right here. That's got that nice. How many leaves is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pointers on there. She's got some 9 pointers, so those have been growing for a while. Those might be a couple of mothers that she just be pulling clones from, and then she be hitting that flower tent. Shouts out to that flower tent, because that's how you do that.
Is the dispensary, which two things can be true at once. We can be thankful that legal weed has come as far as it has and that we have safe access to it. And we can also say we want better. So although brands can print anything they want on their label, look for craft cannabis. Look for small farms. Look for family farms. Autumn Brands is one of the brands out here in California.